Hi, everyone. Welcome to today's Leadfeeder webinar. Excited to have all of you join me today. I am going to give everyone just a little while longer to join. It's right 2 p.m. Eastern. So I'm thinking maybe 2 or 3 minutes and then we will get started. I do see that we have just a few individuals on with us. I'm always curious to know when we are, jumping into these webinars where everyone is and so if you'll chat me in the window and let me know where you're located, I would appreciate it. And hopefully everyone's Tuesday is already off to a really great start. Hey there, Phoenix, Arizona. I'm sure it's extremely hot over there right now. A lot of times I'll get on and complain about the weather. I'm in Atlanta, but I know that that is completely no competition for you guys. So 104. Yeah, I couldn't handle it. I'm complaining and we're in the high 80s in Atlanta, so no complaints. We'll give it a couple more minutes here. Hi, Sarah. Just to let everyone know, and I will repeat myself once we have a couple of others on the call, but really excited again today for us to kind of jump in. We are going to, I'll lay out the agenda in the beginning, but not only give you the opportunity to have a really, great demo of all of the features and benefits of Leadfeeder, but also kind of going through some tactics that you can use the information that you get from Leadfeeder to actually apply that for your sales and your marketing teams. And then also just kind of allow you all the opportunity to ask any questions that you may have. This is a really good forum for us to be able to kind of go back and forth and get those answered as well. And then for a lot of folks, let's see. Okay, Sarah, the sound is cutting out. Yes, if you'll try to adjust on your end, but if anyone else is having that issue, please feel free to send a chat message and I'll see what adjustments I can make on my end as well. So we are right at 2:03 here. Again, like I said, just the last portion of this, I do want it to be interactive. If there are any questions that come up, sometimes we have these webinars and there may not be any, but if there are any questions, we do give you the option where we have the section labeled questions that you can go ahead and kind of drop that question in there. I will wait until the very end to answer any questions that may come up, but please feel free throughout the webinar to go ahead and get those typed in so that you won't forget. So let's go ahead and let's jump right in since we are about 3 minutes after the hour now. As you can see, the goal is to sell more with Leadfeeder. So we are going to just dive into the benefits of Leadfeeder and the features that are going to help you to accelerate not only your sales efforts, but your marketing efforts as well. So quick introduction, of course, I'm right here on the screen getting the opportunity to connect with you, but that is me. My name is Kaylee Adaya. I do business development here at Leadfeeder. My correct role, if you will, I'm actually an inside account executive. So I have the opportunity when individuals actually come to our website, sign up for trials, to really serve as a consultant and kind of jump into the individual accounts and really help with, answering some more personal and more detailed questions that may come up. So as far as today's agenda goes, we're going to set the scene. Set the scene for Leadfeeder. Go into customizing your Leadfeeder. Take a look at some outreach tips. I'll go over just a couple of product updates. And then, as I mentioned before, that's when we'll have our Q&A at the end. So 3 habits of highly effective Leadfeeder users. Number one, effective Leadfeeder users are going to be able to identify. This means identifying really strong, leads for outreach, and then being able to qualify those leads. And then third and lastly, being able to properly connect. So let's jump right into the product demo. I have a feeling that this is where a lot of the questions will come up. So again, please feel free to go ahead and jump into the little questions box that we have, and I'll come back at the end and answer any questions that you may have. So logged into your Leadfeeder account, this is what your screen will actually look like. Over here on the left-hand side is where you're going to have all of your company information. Over on the right-hand side, I like to say that's where you're going to have all of your details. So as you can see here, I have mine sorted for the last 30 days. So all of the companies that I'm going to be taking a look at today have come to our website in the last 30 days. Of course, you can go in and choose one of the date ranges that we have pre-populated, or you can actually go in and customize as well. We also give you the opportunity, if you want to know if a specific company has been on your website, or maybe you saw that they were on your website and now you can't find them in the feed for whatever reason, you can actually go in, hit this little magnifying glass that we have there, your search button, and go ahead and start typing in that company name. We also have these three little dots here that's going to give you the opportunity to sort by quality, and I'll explain in just one moment what that is. You can sort by the last visit as well, and then you can also download this company feed as a CSV file. So when we say sorted by quality, and that is what I have mine sorted as right now, that is just going to mean this little bar that you see to the left of the company name. It's showing you their level of engagement. So it doesn't mean just because a company doesn't necessarily have a 10 out of 10 quality score that they're not a good lead. They maybe knew exactly what it is that they were looking for. But again, the system is just going to go ahead and give them a quality score based on how active they were on your website. So just using this first company here as an example, we can see that they received a 10 out of 10 quality score because they went to 23 different page views within one visit. And that visit actually took place pretty recently on June 19th. So I am going to click on this company just since I've been kind of hovering over. I'm going to scroll down just a little bit first and bring your attention to the visits because I really feel like this is where you're going to get the most important information when using Leadfeeder. So again, we already knew that they came to our website on June 19th. It's really great. You'll see here, I'll hover over new. We're able to spot recurring visitors by the same visitor ID or avatar. And then of course you can click on that to learn some more information. So we know that this was person number 1 who came to our website. So I'm gonna click here. Really great information for us. They were extremely active taking a look at several of our blog posts. So for us, whoever is responsible for reaching out to this lead can now tailor their conversations based on the information that we know that they're interested in. So that's definitely a plus when doing your outreach. Let me scroll back up here. We do have some CRM-like functions within our tool. So if this was not already assigned to someone, it would have just said assign, but I can hover over it and actually see that this one has been assigned to Stefan, who is a member of our team here. If he did not go in and actually assign this himself, you can then email him to let him know that he has this new lead. We use Slack internally here at Leadfeeder. Otherwise, you would not have this button, but it is really cool to have the option to integrate Slack if your company are Slack users. One thing that I really love is the option to go in and actually follow the company. Let's say you're like, you know what, this is a really hot lead for us. We want to make sure that we're keeping in touch with them. We're staying engaged. We want to know what it is that they're doing. You can hit this follow button and you will actually be alerted anytime the company comes and visits your website. We do give you the option to hide if for whatever reason you are not interested in a lead. You can always go into your settings and unhide that company at any time. You can also get creative and add your own tags. And you'll see here, I'll just click pretty quickly that we have gotten very creative here at Leadfeeder with creating tags of our own. So you can go in and, if it's a hot lead or, we have competitor here, if they're just doing a demo, and tag them accordingly. So through partnerships, we are able to pull in some high-level company information. So we are able to provide you with a quick description of the company size, the industry, the contact location, as well as the website. And one thing that I really love as well is this option for you to go in and be able to find contacts on LinkedIn. Now, we give you that option, so you might be wondering, what are these Leadfeeder contacts that we have? So we are able to pull in Leadfeeder contacts, again, through some partnerships that we have. And so you'll scroll down here. We have a couple that are listed. I really like the option because for some larger companies who may come to your website, you could see like 2 populated as a Leadfeeder contact. You can then go in and actually sort by the country, the role, and then the level of seniority. So I'm going to scroll down here just a little bit. We do have a native integration with Pipedrive. I'll get into our native integrations a little bit later. We also use Pipedrive here internally at Leadfeeder. So of course we have our CRM system that is connected into our Leadfeeder, and it's really great because it's going to give you the opportunity to let the two systems speak to each other. So I can see very quickly that we do have this connected to an account within our Pipedrive. You can see who the owner is, any activities, any deals that may be in there. And also you have the opportunity to send that visit information into your CRM system. So that is some of the really great information that you would get if you were to kind of dig in and kind of look at each of these different leads individually. But we also have the opportunity to create custom feeds, which is amazing. So you can see here that in the last 30 days, we have had over 2,000 leads come to our website. That's pretty extensive for someone who may only be interested in some very specific details. So you are not limited in the amount of custom feeds that you can actually have on your Leadfeeder account. So I'm going to scroll down here. You can see some of the ones that we have. Pretty extensive, but again, it's going to give you the opportunity to very quickly click on leads that are not, without having to sort through the full 2,000. So I'm going to pick on this one just because I'm close. We have a pricing North America 3+ pages. So I'm going to just kind of hover over and you can see the filters that we have set up. The page URL contains pricing. The country is United States of America. The country is Canada, and the page views per day is at least 3. I'll click on it to see if we've had any in the last 30 days. We have not, but that's very quickly for the person who's interested in this information to know that without having to sort through and look at every single deal that's in the pipeline. So in order to create a custom feed, all you do is click on this little button here that says create new feed. You can, of course, go in and name that feed whatever you would like. So let's say I am creating a feed for myself. And it's very important to me to know, let's say visit length. I'll leave it at least 30 seconds. And I add that in. I just went from over 2,000 leads to now 242 leads. And you're not limited to just one parameter per custom feed. Let's say it was also important for me to know the source. So they're on our, page for at least 30 seconds. And then the source is, let's just go app. And then I add that in there. So now we have 2 leads. So if those are both very important to me, and again, without having to sort through over 2,000 leads, I can go very quickly to the ones that are important. So I'm going to cancel this. So very high level overview, but giving you the opportunity to see some of the really great features and benefits that we do offer here at Leadfeeder. I will quickly show you this People tab. We actually do have an integration with MailChimp. So if any of you are MailChimp users, you will definitely love this. It's going to allow you to take your MailChimp marketing analytics to the next level. So of course, MailChimp already tells you who clicks on one of your campaigns. But now, once you're actually allowing the two systems to speak to each other, not only will you know that they clicked on one of your campaigns, you'll be able to see what it is that they did on your website once they did by taking a look at all of the visit information, and again, being able to tailor your outreach accordingly. So that is Leadfeeder. Let's jump back into our slides here that we have. So Leadfeeder integration. So as I mentioned, we do have some native integrations with several CRM systems. Salesforce, Pipedrive, Zoho, Microsoft Dynamics, as well as HubSpot CRM. We also have some really great productivity tools, Slack for any of you Slack users, and then Zapier, which is amazing because it's going to give you the opportunity, even if your CRM system is not listed as one of our native ones, if you are able to use a Zap, which Leadfeeder does have a Zap through Zapier, as well as your CRM system, you will still be able to have the two systems communicate with each other. As far as data enrichment go, Leadfeeder Booster and MailChimp. So I was able to show you a little bit about MailChimp and how then you'll be able to see some of the people and what they've been doing on your website after they come to your site from a particular campaign. Leadfeeder currently you're refreshing your leads 2 times within a 24-hour period. If you enable Leadfeeder Booster, which keep in mind is a complimentary enhancement, the only reason we don't automatically turn this on is because it does require adding just a little bit of additional script to your Google Analytics. We have the full walkthroughs. It takes maybe 5 to 10 minutes. At that point, we're then going to refresh your leads 12 times within a 24-hour period. So it's going to give you more of that real-time feel. So outreach tactics, number 1, email. So email tools. You have those one-to-one emails. So very personal emails, maybe you're sending them through Gmail or sending them through Outlook, or you have the one-to-many emails where you're creating this email campaign and then tracking the opens and the clicks from your personal email. Gemelius is going to be an example for individuals who kind of do those one-to-many emails. And then, cold outreach automation, where you get verified email addresses and then you send automated email campaigns out. So Outreach.io, Reply.io, there's a couple of systems that allow you to do this. And then you have the message type. So the very straight to the point where you're trying to book a call or book a demo right away. And then you have those messages where you're really just working to build rapport. So you're sending relevant content based on what it is that they viewed on your website. So let's take a look. This is example 1 of a very straight to the point email. So you have, name. Your team at ABC Company has been actively researching our website visitor identification solution, and I wanted to make sure you have a full understanding of how we generate qualified leads based on your anonymous website traffic. Do you have 10 minutes to chat this week so that I can go over how marketing directors leverage Leadfeeder to generate 10 times more leads? So let's break this email down a little bit. So with the straight to the point, we are providing some curiosity or some FOMO, fear of missing out. Your team at ABC Company has been actively researching. So for that individual, they're like, okay, who on my team has been actively researching? What have they been actively researching? So you're going to immediately pique their interest. And then also personalizing an email, super important. Addressing someone by their name versus, to whom it may concern. Making sure that you're including the company name in there, as well as the title if you have that information of the person that you're reaching out to. And then an appealing statistic. So we made sure that we included in here, this is helping marketing directors leverage Leadfeeder to generate 10 times more leads. That stands out. If your role is lead generation and lead demand, then you are going to wonder, okay, what is this thing? What is it that you're doing that's helping me to generate 10 times more leads? So that definitely always stands out. And then a low barrier, low commitment, 10 minutes to chat. You're not asking for a huge block of time on someone's calendar. We are all extremely busy. So to be able to commit 30 minutes or 60 minutes right off the bat, especially for a very introductory phone call, a lot of people are going to shy away from that. So kind of using that 10 minutes to really hit home is going to be very important. So example 2, this is when you're now building rapport. So name. I came across this helpful blog that helped me increase my conversion rates and thought you might also be interested since you're also in the sales space, including a link to that blog post. And then let me know if you come across any helpful articles as well. So let's break this email type down now. So name, again, personalization, and then as well mentioning sales space. You wouldn't send this to someone in marketing or IT. If you're talking about sales, you're going to make sure you're tailoring it to what's important to them. And then build rapport, including that relevant content. I feel like I showed you all a really good example of the lead that I clicked on in our lead feeder. That person was taking a look at so many different blogs. Now, I didn't dig in deep enough to see if all of the blogs were around maybe something very similar, because at that point, if they were, then I'm definitely going to send out, that very high level, very important blog that I know is going to pull them in, because I've already seen that they've been taking a look at it on our website. Outreach tactic number 2, LinkedIn. So for sales, using those in-mails, which are those one-to-one communications, being able to reach out to someone. Sales Navigator, being able to filter, monitor, and communicate with contacts that way. And then the follow feature, able to see even if you're not connected. Follow feature is really great. Some individuals, especially, when they get to certain positions, you are not able to connect with them, but it's really great to be able to go in and follow that person. Even if you are able to connect, follow, so that anytime they're maybe coming up on your feed, mentioned in the news, you would be alerted of that. Again, being able to use that information to your advantage when you're doing some outreach. And then for marketing, who are going to utilize these LinkedIn tools, sponsored posts or in-mails, allowing you to have that one-to-many outreach. So let's take a look at someone's LinkedIn page here. We have Daniel Galvin. So you can actually click on this more button, and that's where it's going to give you the opportunity to then follow. So anytime Daniel posts or Daniel is mentioned once again, you would actually be alerted of that, which is really nice, so that you can stay in the know, especially if this is like a really hot contact or a really hot lead for you. And then also the LinkedIn sponsored post. So if you're to go on and actually do one of these sponsored posts, you can actually choose the location that you want to target, which is nice, because if you only work, let's say in Georgia, where I am, then you can actually target folks who are in, not only Atlanta area, but the state of Georgia. And then what companies do you want to target? If you know that there are some that are very specific to you, that you want to be able to do outreach towards, this is where you would include that information. And then also, what job functions do you want to target? Most of us know in our outreach what titles it is that we go after, whether it's going to be your C-suite individuals, or it's going to be, sales directors, sales leaders, marketing directors. This is a really good place to make sure that you're only targeting folks who align with those job titles. Now let's jump into a customer case study. I think it's always super important for you to hear what our customers are saying. So this customer case study was done with Beck Technology. So let's go over Julie. Julie is actually the head of marketing at Beck Technology. My role is to generate leads that fill up our sales funnel or the top of the marketing funnel. The way that we use Leadfeeder is really to figure out which prospects are visiting our website and figuring out the best way to reach out to them. Maybe they haven't yet reached out to us either, but now we can be proactive in marketing to them and getting them into our sales funnel. Leadfeeder helps us do that. I can tell you that this is a very common response that I get from a lot of our Leadfeeder users, where it's giving them the opportunity to really prospect with folks that they now know are interested. Having a sales background myself, a lot of times it's guesswork. This is the product that we sell, or this is the service that we offer. Let me reach out to this company in hopes that they'll be interested in what we're doing. Leadfeeder is going to get rid of that guesswork for you, because now you can see what brought them to your website and what has piqued their interest on your website. Again, being able to use that information to your advantage. So beyond prospecting, let's look at some other ways that you can leverage Leadfeeder. So other intelligence that is uncovered by using our tool, marketing campaign performance. This one is really great. If you are putting a lot of work, a lot of time, a lot of effort into certain marketing campaigns, you're then going to be able to see, how it's performing, how much traffic is being driven to your website based on these marketing efforts. The profitability of advertising efforts. Yes, you can also tell this by using our tool. The industry interest in your product, we do give you the option to go in and sort, so you can see, if a particular industry is more interested in what it is that you're providing. The effectiveness of gated content, your most popular pages that are being visited, companies that are attracted to your blogs, as well as buyer behavior on your website. So far more than just getting a list of companies, you're able to also uncover all of this information as well. So let's take a look at some product updates, recent updates, and what's coming. So a couple of product spotlights. We now have the option within the tool, if you are a LinkedIn Sales Navigator user, but on top of where we have the high-level company information in those contacts, you can click, quickly to turn on your Sales Navigator within the tool. It'll show you the company and also give you the opportunity to then go directly into your Sales Navigator to be able to follow that company and keep up with, how they're being, brought up in the news or being mentioned or what they're putting on their feed as well. Just earlier, your CRM was not mentioned as a native integration. You can quickly use Zapier to allow the two systems to still speak to each other. Also highlighting HubSpot CRM, which is our latest native integration that we have. The Leadfeeder Booster script, that's what I was mentioning to you all, that now if you are enabling Leadfeeder Booster, again, complimentary, your leads can be refreshed a lot faster than they normally would be. And then Hangouts chat. We also have the ability for you now to integrate and use your Hangouts chat through the tool as well. So let's go into our Q&A. I don't think we have any questions that have been posted yet. And I'll tell you, there's no pressure on the questions. If you are already signed up on a trial with us, then you have someone like myself, if it's not myself, who you can actually connect with and really be able to kind of dig into some more like one-on-one questions and some more specific questions to, your company. I would encourage you, if you're not on a trial, to maybe go ahead and sign up for a trial. You're going to get all of the premium features with absolutely zero obligations. There is no, put your card information in, or having to remember to unsubscribe prior to going into a paid premium account. So no obligations, but you get the opportunity to, again, work with someone directly to answer any questions and then be able to take a look at all of the features and benefits on your own as you're going through this. And then also we have just like a really, really great support team. So if you ever have any questions that may come up beyond this call, you can just go to leadfeeder.com. You'll see the option to chat with someone. Our team is extremely quick with their responses. So that's a really great way to also jump in and get any questions that you may have answered also. So I'll give it just a few more seconds here to see if anyone comes up with anything, but if not, I am, again, very excited that all of you were able to join us. I think Leadfeeder is an amazing tool. I know I may be a little biased, but I do think it's definitely helping teams, take their efforts to the next level. Prior to coming to Leadfeeder, honestly, I wish I had a tool like this to take the guesswork out of who I should reach out to or what's working and what's not working. So definitely encourage you all to, give the tool a try. And maybe you're already a current customer. Feel free, again, to always ask any questions. If you need clarity on something, the team here is more than happy to really jump in and help you out. So we don't have any questions that have come up yet. So I'm going to say thank you to everyone who joined. Happy that we had the opportunity to connect. Jen, you please stay cool in Phoenix. So thank you all. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday.